See your PPT.
Yeah, let's
Perfect.
begin. So, firstly, we will discuss what is Agile. So, Agile is an iterative approach to project management and software development that helps teams deliver value to their customer faster and with fewer headaches. So, Agile actually means we are working at a higher pace, and we would be providing the customer with their end product uh, within a few sprints or in an iterative approach, which will be continuous until the project ends. So here, instead of betting everything on a big bang launch, an agile team delivers work in small but consumable increments, requirements plans, and results are evaluated continuously. So teams have a natural mechanism for responding to the change quickly. So in an agile methodology, instead of delivering everything at once, we follow iterative approach, and we do we divide the problem into a small part, and then we try to deliver the smaller parts of the problem. So when we deliver any solution at that time, we also get some feedback from the customer on any other team, which we can continuously work on it. So and this will give a better product at the end. Okay. So mainly why agile is better. So agile is better due to the following aspects. It's firstly quality of product. So as I told that in an agile methodology, we will follow sprints. So in an iterative approach, we will divide the whole problem into smaller parts, and then we will deliver it. And all the parts will go through one phase of testing. So due to which we will get a better quality of product. The other thing is faster time to market. So the market can react quickly to any of the issue, and we can fix that issue in the next sprint or in the next cycle. So the stakeholders don't have to wait for the whole project to be ready, or it has to go through all the phases, which mostly occurs in a waterfall model. Okay, then the flexibility. So Agile has a good flexibility, which means that stakeholder can change the requirements anytime they want, and the team can work on the new requirements and deliver the end product. The other thing is cost effective. So cost Agile is a cost effective technique because if we consider a waterfall model, right? So in that case, when we create a cycle or a workflow, it will go through different phases, and then at last we get the end product. Suppose if there is a mistake or if a flaw is encountered at the end of the product, then the cycle has to repeat once again, which will cause cost issues and result in loss. But in Agile, due to the sprints, the problem is encountered within a issue, and it can be later on. Okay. Then the fifth point is people focused and collaborative. So Agile is a people focused and collaborative technique, which means that many people or many teams are working together. Suppose let's say an example that we are working on a project, so it will require a backend as well as a front end approach. So if we are using a agile methodology, then it will have two teams. So one team will definitely work on the front end part, while the other will work on the back end part, and they can collaborate with each other. Moreover, there will be a testing team which will test the changes. So even in the agile model, due to its collaborative method, uh, we can have a transparency on what people are working on issue, and we can help each other. Okay. Then there is one another point, that is reduce risk. So in agile, as we saw that the problems can be encountered in an early phase. Because of that, the chances of risk are less, and the problem can be resolved easily. The seventh point is enjoyable work environment, which means that due to the collaborative method, which is available in the agile methodology, there is a enjoyable work environment. So people can work on their respective stories, and they can provide the story points for an issue, which will require some time to fix within a sprint cycle. The 8th point is user feedback. So once the sprint is over and once and story is given, okay, then we will get the user feedback. As as I told in Agile that we will get the stakeholders feedback as well as the user feedback after every sprint, which will help the team to enhance the quality of the product. Okay, then in Agile we can make quick decision making. So in Agile methodology, decisions are made quickly, and it will help to provide a good quality of product. And mainly Agile is a result driven. So once after every sprint cycle, we will get the result. Okay, and we will get some achievement points that how things are going, at what pace everything is working, and then based on the result we can enhance the quality of the product as well as we can increase the pace of the delivery. So these are the main reason why Agile is better. Okay. Now let's go to basic definition of Scrum. So Agile has two types of boards, that is Scrum and Kanban board. Okay. So in a if we talk about Scrum, okay. So Scrum teams commit to shipping work together through set of intervals called sprints. Okay. So in Scrum there will be sprints. Their goal is to create learning loops to quickly gather and integrate customer feedback. So after every sprint, as I told, we will get some customer feedback, and based on it, they will try to resolve the issue and they will deliver the next story in the next sprint. Scrum team adopts specific roles, create specific artifacts, and hold regular ceremonies to keep things moving forward. So in a Scrum team, as I told, everyone will have a specific role. So in a Scrum team, if we consider there is a Scrum master who will handle the Scrum ceremonies. Okay, then there are BAs who will give the requirements, and then there are developer and testers who will uh, develop the story develop the product based on the story requirements, and the tester will test the changes. Okay, so this is how Scrum is going in a agile methodology. Now if we talk about Kanban, then Kanban is all about visualizing your work, limiting work in progress, and maximizing efficiency. Kanban team focuses on reducing the time project takes or user story from start to finish. They do things by using a Kanban board and continuously improving their flow of work. So Kanban board is a visualizing of work in progress, right? So Kanban board will contain the workflow, and then it will contain the user stories which are in a particular workflow. So here in a Kanban method, there are no sprints or there are no sprint cycles. So the team will keep on improving their efficiency, moving the stories from the in progress state to the done state. And this is how everything works in a Kanban board. Okay. Now, what are sprints in Agile? A sprint is a short time box period when a Scrum team works to complete a set amount of work. Sprints are at the very heart of Scrum and Agile methodologies, and getting sprint right will help your Agile team ship better software with fewer headaches. So, as I told that in Agile methodology, uh, we have an iterative approach. So sprints are the thing that iterates after every 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. It depends on the team size as well as the project as well as the product that is to be delivered, and based on it, and the sprints are designed and the length of sprint is decided. With Scrum, a product is built in series of iteration called sprints that break down big complex projects into bit-sized pieces. So this is the quote that I took from internet. So as I told that in agile methodology, the sprints means a whole problem is broken down into smaller pieces, and then based on the capacity of the team, uh, the problems are pulled from the backlog into the active sprint, and then the small problem is worked, and finally after all the sprints are over for a particular project, we will get a finished product. Okay. So agile project management. So how is an agile project managed? So an agile project will contain workflows, epics, stories, user stories, estimation, metrics, and Gantt chart. So if we talk about workflows, so workflows means the movement of story. So firstly, if we talk about workflow, then when a story comes into a sprint, it will be in a to-do stage. Okay. Then so it will be assigned to a particular developer. Then the developers, when they start working on a particular story or a problem, they can move the workflow from to do to in progress. And then based on the project, there are different workflows followed. So let's say there is, if we talk about a workflow which includes testing, then there will be the workflow as follows. That is, firstly, we will have a to-do stage. Once a story is picked and it is start, the story is worked on by a developer, it will go into in progress stage. After going into in progress stage, suppose it is ready for testing, then we will move the developer will move the story to ready for testing, and they will assign it to a tester. So once the tester tests the story, okay, he can mark it as done. So this is a four-step workflow. Okay, now if we talk about epics, so epic is the main story of a project. Okay, it will it will contain some sub stories. So epic will be the main story. It will be displayed in the roadmap of a project, and the other stories, it will be picked by the users. Okay, and then the user story, the user will estimate the time he will require to complete a particular story. So this comes under estimation. The user will estimate the time that is required to complete a story, and once the stories are completed in the sprint cycle, okay, the stories will be moved to done stage. When all the stories within a epic are moved to done stage, then we can consider that the project is completed and the epic is also marked as done. Okay, and the metrics and the Gantt chart, they will display the efficiency of the team as well as the points they have achieved in a particular scrum in a particular sprint. There are few principles that are kept in mind in an agile methodology. So firstly, an agile project is segmented into several incremental steps that include regular feedback intervals. So these are considered as sprints. Then other thing is a project requirement is segmented into smaller pieces which are then prioritized by importance. So all the smaller pieces are moved into backlog, and then based on the priority of a problem, the stories are picked and then they are pulled into the active sprints. Yeah, Agile promotes collaboration, especially with the customer. So as I told, every time after a sprint, there will be a customer feedback, or we can say a retrospective session as well, which will help the team to understand what are the issues, and they can collaborate with the customer as well. The other thing is adjust at regular intervals to ensure customer needs are met. So there is an adjustment made after every sprint. We can say after regular intervals to meet the customer requirement. Then other thing is integrates planning with execution, which allows the team to efficiently respond to changing requirements. So so Agile will require planning with execution. Okay, so the team has to plan everything, and they have to plan it so that they can execute it in such a manner that they can respond to the changes in the requirements which comes in future. So despite the agile principles, if we talk about the advantages of agile methodology, then these are the following advantages. So faster feedback cycles, identifies problems early, which we have discussed earlier. Higher potential for customer satisfaction. As the customer gives feedback, there is a higher chance that the customer is more satisfied with the end product. Time to market is dramatically improved. So as we told that there is a continuous feedback and collaboration with the customer. So we have a larger time to collaborate with markets, and we can dramatically improve the product. With better visibility and accountability. This means that uh, everyone who is working on a particular story are visible to the stakeholder as well as to the other team members. So Agile provides a better visibility, and anyone who is who has done the mistake or anything which is a problem, so the person can be accountable for the problem and it can be identified very much easily based on the comments and based on the collaboration with the team. Dedicated teams drive better productivity over time. Okay, so in Agile, we have different teams for different purpose, and because of this, we have a better productivity. Flexible prioritization focused on value delivery. So as I told that in an Agile methodology, the prioritization is focused on value delivery, which means that the thing which is required early and which is more important, it will be prioritized and then it will be picked for working. So it will provide a good value delivery. There are few disadvantages of Agile as well. So critical path in inter-project dependency may not be clearly defined as in waterfall. So if I talk about this, then we even face the same issue that in an Agile project, as we are working in an Agile project, we face some interdependency with other teams which was not accounted. And even I have one solution for that. So we can always keep a placeholder story for interdependent project dependency, and we can add the point for that particular story. And then the other disadvantage of Agile is there is an organizational learning curve cost. Okay, so there is always an organizational learning curve cost in Agile methodology. Okay, the third point is true Agile execution with continuous deployment pipeline has many technical dependency and engineering costs to establish. So if we want to integrate with pipeline and we want to deliver it on time, then it will require some technical dependency and engineering cost to establish. So which may increase the cost of the customer. Okay, and these are the few references which you can refer to getting the PPT. So this is the basic understanding and basic display of Agile. So firstly, let's start with Jira. So what you are seeing now is the home screen of a Jira board. Okay. So Jira has the navigation bar in Jira. It has different views that can be used. Okay, so firstly, let's talk about your work. So your work, okay, it will display all the things.
Dhruv, may I pause you for
Yeah,
a second?
yes,
Would you please show that how do we start the free trial before we
okay.
land into this page?
Okay. So this is the link available here. Okay, let me paste it again into the chat window. Okay, so you can click on try it for free. Okay, then it will take you to the product and you can select the product that you want to try. Okay, what I did was I created an account on Bitbucket and then I use this product feature. So this is called the product feature. You will click on this product feature. Okay, you will be asked to select a product. So from here I selected Confluence and Jira software. So once you will click on any of this product, okay, so it will take you to a screen. Currently, as I'm using the free trial, I have not been taken to the screen, but it will take you to a screen where you can just click on the start free trial button, and it will take some time and load the free trial version for you. And then again you can click this product feature and you can select the other product. And Jira has multiple Atlas products here available. You can see this of this product. So this way you can start. I think Atlassian is providing only 7 days trial for Jira. So please keep that in mind. and then later on cancel the subscription, and otherwise they might charge you from the next day. So you can just use the link that I have said, and you can just create the account and you can click on try it for free. Okay, now can we begin, Subramanyam?
Yeah, thank you, Dhruv. Thank you for that. I'm about
Yeah.
to inform the same. Yeah, you may proceed.
Okay.
So you meant to say once we activate the free trial, this is where you
Yeah.
land up, right?
Yes, yes. Will the page? This is the page that will load
Yeah,
first,
correct. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, please.
and you can use the quick start. Okay. So this screen will also appear. So you can use this as a reference to understand any aspects in the project. Okay. So firstly, let me explain you. Okay. So this is the home button. Okay. So it will display all the recent projects that you are using or that you have been worked on. Okay. And you can see this below tab. Okay. Worked on view assigned to me start. Okay. So you can star any of the projects. Currently, I have starred this one. You can star it from here, from the project section. Okay, now the work done will display any of the tickets or any of the issues that you worked on. Okay, okay, the view will display the boards that you recently viewed. Okay, and assign to me section. Okay, it will display the tickets that are currently assigned to yourself. Okay, the same will be displayed here in your work. Okay, so assign to me recent. It will display the recent boards or any board that you have visited, and this will display the board access that you have. Moving on to the projects. The projects will have all the start projects. Okay. So we can check, we can start the project, and from view all projects, you can view all the projects, and you can even create the project if you have sufficient access to a particular Jira. Now the filters. Okay. So as you can see here, search for all the issues across all projects and save them as filters. So you can create a filter for yourself. So suppose you are working in a project and there are multiple issues, so you are working on a front end story, so you can create a filter that will display only the front end stories to you. Then then let's move to dashboards. Okay. So a dashboard is used to track the status of your project, so it will display some charts. Another thing, it will help you to track the status of your project, so how long your project is moving forward, at what pace, and etc. And now for in the people tab, you can invite the people, or you can create a team. Okay. So in your Jira, if you are managing your Jira, then you will require people to access Jira. So you can invite them here. You can invite people. So you have to mention their email IDs. You can select a Confluence or Jira anywhere if you want to invite them. So as everything is integrated in Atlassian, so if you select both, and they will be invited in both in Jira and Confluence. So you can mention the email ID here, or you can invite them from Slack or Microsoft. Okay, and the apps. So apps will display different apps that can be integrated with your Jira tool, so that can be beneficial, and you will get it everything at a particular point. You can say at a single place. Now let's move to story creation, or we can say the issue creation. So I'm going inside my board. Okay, now this is the workflow. Okay. We can. This is the Kanban board. Okay, so it will display the items which are to do, in progress, and done stage. Okay. Now if I go to the backlog, here here we can start the sprint. We can create the item. Okay. So firstly, let me show you. Okay, we can edit the sprint here. So once we edit the sprint, okay, it is WS sprint one. Okay, duration we can select here. So if you want to decide a 2 week sprint, 1 week sprint, 3 weeks, that way you can select, and you have to finally mention the sprint goal. So what actually your sprint will deliver at the end of the sprint, that you have to mention here. Okay, and these are the story points. So firstly, we have to create issue and backlog. Okay, so I'm creating the issue and backlog. Let's say it is test test story. Okay, so this is created. Okay, and it will get some ID WA1. Okay, similarly I'm creating test story 2. So I have created 3 stories. Okay, once we click on a story, see it will have this link. Okay, you can share the link to anyone, they can access it with this link. So this will be your Jira board name. Okay, and this will be your link. You can access the story. Here, here you can mention the description of the story, and this is the workflow. So you can move to in progress and done. Okay, and you have to mention the sprint. Currently, it is in backlog. Okay, once I will move it to a particular sprint, it will be available in that sprint, and it will be displayed here itself. So here you can mention the story points as per what story point standard is followed in your team. And as I told that Bitbucket, Jira and Confluence are totally integrated. So you can create a branch from here itself. So if I create a branch here, okay, it will take me to Bitbucket. Yeah, I can select any of the feature. Suppose it is a feature branch, and I can select the repository from which I have to create the branch. So from here, we can even create the branch and see it will display the story number. So it will be integrated with this story. So it is very much beneficial to track the progress on the story. Okay, now let me move the story to from let me move the test story one from backlog to sprint one. Okay, so I have moved it here. Now you can see here that the sprint is having WS sprint one. So it is moved to sprint one. Okay, let me mention 3 story points. Okay, so once I will refresh this page, okay, it is currently displaying 3 story points here. Okay, let me move another story. And here you can change the assignment. Okay, so you can assign it to anyone, and it will Jira will also give the mail notification to the person to whom it is assigned based on the email ID. Here is the comment section. So as I told, there is a total transparency in agile methodology. So Jira provides the same. So once you can comment here, and anyone who is having this link or access to this board, they can view this story. Okay. Even there are many more features in Jira, such as link issue. So you can link different issues here. Okay, if it is relating to, or it is cloned by, or it is duplicated by. So based on the category, you can link the issue. Even you can attach the files here. So Jira is a one-stop place where you can get everything which is required in a agile methodology. So now let me move it to in progress and then finally to done. It is marked as done. Currently, I didn't start it the sprint, so we can start the sprint. So we can select the time and the sprint goal. So this will display this. So we are moving it to in progress and then move to done. Okay, so you can see that the done story points are here and in progress it is 0. So based on it, you will get the insights and the Scrum Master can prepare the metrics and the achievements in a sprint. So this is how we move the stories between different sprint and backlog. But it is advisable that you don't move a story from an active sprint to backlog because it will affect the goal, the sprint goal, and the efficiency. So this is how this is a simple overview of Jira tool. Okay, you can create story from here as well. So you can select the issue type. It is a story, and then you can give the summary, the description. You can even select the label. You can select the sprint from here. Okay, and you can even estimate the story points. It's the same way we create a story from here into active sprint, and we can even create a story into a backlog. So this is a simple overview of Jira. Now let's move to Confluence. So Confluence is a tool which provided by Atlassian, which is used to document anything. So I also learned about Confluence in my current project, and as I didn't have much access to the Confluence, so I will share the knowledge about what I know in the Confluence. Okay. So similarly, like Jira, this is the home screen of Confluence. So once you will start a free trial, okay, it will take you to this page. Okay. So similarly, like recent tabs, it will display the visited place. So what you have recently visited, what you worked on, okay, any drafts that are pending or any start. So if you have starred any page, then it will display here. Okay. Confluence has spaces. So there are two spaces currently available. That is Dhruv, Rana, and web documentation. So web documentation is the space that I created. Okay. So it will have some documentation related to web apps. Okay. And Dhruv, Rana, it was the space that it was automatically created when I started Confluence. Now if we move to all here inside the feeds tab, if we move to all updates and popular. So all updates will have the recent changes that you have done. Okay, anything that is updated recently. And popular will have the products, the pages that are being worked on by your team members currently. Okay, so this is about the home screen. In recent, it is similar as visited, worked on, drafts, and start. Now, if we talk about spaces, yeah, so spaces will have this space, and a space can contain multiple pages inside it. So if I go to this web documentation space, so here it is the web documentation space. It is having some introduction. From here you can even create a child page. Okay. So when you will create a child page, okay, can you even click on here to invite any of the person that you want to work on this page. And it is a very Confluence is a very good place to document anything. Currently in our project, we are using Confluence to document all the things. It is having all the tools that are required to document. Even you can add Jira stories here. So suppose say I am typing this test, and then if I am typing the story number which we use here, okay, so the test story one WA1, I think it's- or we can use this. You can type Control K to integrate a story from Jira. So this is the main benefit of Jira and Confluence. So you can document on interrelated stories here in Confluence, which is very much beneficial. Then here it is the link tag, which is used to link the story. You can even import images, files. You can tag people who are working in your team, okay, and the stakeholders. Even we, even you can add tables. Okay, so table you can create, and it is having all the shortcut icons, shortcut keys that you can use. So this will Confluence is a good place to document everything. Yeah, these are some other things that are available in Confluence. Okay, so you can even add code snippet. It will highlight the code snippet and you can directly copy it. Let's see. Okay. So you can directly copy it if it is a code snippet. So this is also a good use of Confluence. And Confluence has templates available. You can use templates for, let me show you how templates are used. So if we go to people's tab, okay, then people similarly like Jira, you can invite a people or teams. In Confluence, there are different apps that you can integrate. In Confluence, you can find apps related to charts or related to drawings or designs. Okay. And here, if you will click on templates, okay, then it will display the templates that can be used. Okay, you can even start the templates. Okay, these are the predefined templates available in Confluence. You can create on this create button to create a page, and once you will hover, okay, it will display a view of the template. So this is how Confluence is very much beneficial because of its integration with Jira and Bitbucket. So this was the overview of Confluence and Jira. If anyone has any doubts,
Dhruv, so are you done with the topic?
uh, yes, Subramanyam.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dhruv. We'll hand over the mic